from Game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan, open, Chicago with the lead.
Washington outside left. Roethlisberger has time. Throws to the back of the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown by Holmes.
Minute remaining, and they're putting Curry in the pick and roll, trying to get him on Irving. Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good! Kyrie Irving from downtown!
We're sending it in, Jerome. That's for damn sure.
Yes. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Tap Room Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Jordan Stacks on Stacks Lats. Joined with my guys, Mr. Big Ball and Ben Larson, Swerving Irvin Washington, looking like Crazy Bone. Let's go. And Ben's wearing the ugly hat today.
There we go.
Ugly hat day. Let's go. How we doing tonight, fellas?
I'm doing good.
Ben, welcome back from Christmas vacation.
Thank you. Yeah, fucking 5.5 hour car ride didn't suit me well on Monday night, so
it's okay. Irv and I held it down. We had a good conversation about his dog shit Broncos, so that was cool.
Hey, at least they get a new coach.
Yep. And I think he's going to be happy with the coach they hire. At least if they can't go through the same process they went through last year. Although, you know, I've said multiple times, I think they only hired Hackett because they thought they were going to get Aaron Rodgers. Didn't end up happening. But
well, Penner is leading this coaching search, so
I'd hope it's somewhat different because George Patton all last summer said, oh, he loved the searching job they did, loved the process, and it led him to that fucking dog shit head coach. But
yeah, well, money is no issue. This little short list that came out, Josina Anderson posted, so most of those names I'll be okay with, especially the first two.
Yep. First two was D'Amico Ryans and Dan Quinn.
And then after that, it was Sean Payton. But they said Sean Payton has his eye on the Chargers, Cowboys, or the
Cardinals.
Cardinals.
He's actually, the Cardinals are the leading favorite for Sean Payton right now. Since
Vegas. The Chargers made the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying just market odds. And the market doesn't really dictate, market doesn't really truly know who's going to be coach. I'm just saying that's where people wagering dollar bills are putting it on it. But now we got a dope show on deck. Week 17, second to last week of the regular season of the NFL, and then we are heading into the playoffs. Irvin and I, we talked a little bit about playoff implications and on Monday. We still have a lot of playoff implications going on.
Yep.
Titans, Jaguars, no matter what they do this week, doesn't matter. Week 18 is for the division to make the playoffs. So expecting...
Not true, right?
No, it is true. Absolutely expecting both those teams to not play key players this week. Not going to happen. Yeah.
If Jacksonville wins this week and Tennessee loses...
No, it doesn't matter because if Tennessee wins. No, it doesn't matter because if Tennessee beats Jacksonville, they have a better division record. They're 1-1 against Jacksonville, and they have the same exact regular season record. So they own the tiebreaker between the two.
Okay, because of the division record. Okay.
Yeah. So no matter what those two teams do this week, it does not matter. So you're gonna see a little bit. You got to take that into account when you're handicapping some of these games. It's a reason why the Dallas line opened like 9 got pushed all the way up to like 10 and 11 in some spots because Vrabel even came out and said he's gonna take this week easy. He doesn't want any key guys getting injured. Plus they haven't really been healthy all season. That's one of the games we're gonna talk about. But I'm gonna call an audible real quick. And we usually start with the Thursday night game. But this week, we're going to start with a game that happens on Sunday because some news broke today. Derek Carr is being benched for Jared Stidham. And then comes out later that Derek Carr has left the team. He's not even going to be with the team the final 2 weeks of the season. He's completely out, which leads us to automatically believe, and rightfully so, because the logic tells us Derek Carr is no longer going to be a Las Vegas Raider.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to pose a couple of questions. There's a lot to unpack in this whole not necessarily this game, but this whole situation. So this line was 6 this morning. Now it's 10. There's no way Derek Carr is worth 4 points, in my opinion. And then the total is 41.5. But I want to ask you guys, what's your thoughts about this Derek Carr situation? What it means for the Raiders right now and moving forward in this offseason? And then we'll talk about this game after, and the implications for this game. What do you guys? So let's unpack what happened today, Derek Carr, and what it means for the Raiders in their immediate future. Irv?
Well, for years we always heard, oh, get him a number 1 receiver, get him a number 1 receiver, then we'll see the real Derek Carr.
Facts.
We got hands down, most people would say the best wide receiver in the NFL, and he's been complete dog shit. And they're a new regime, new coach, new GM, and they're not finna pay him $40-some million a year to play like he was playing this year, and he won't have the excuses of not having adequate weapons. Now Waller and Renfro did miss a good amount of games, but dude, it's going to be on him and the coaching staff. He's the quarterback. They've blown 6 games in double-digit leads.
I think they've blown 3 double-digit leads, or at least 3 14-point leads, which is like the most they've had since.
No, because they was up by 14 against the Rams.
Yep.
It was 13. It was 17-3.
And then they had a 20-point lead against the Cardinals and a 17-point lead against the Jaguars.
And then I think they was up 14 against the Patriots too. One for that lucky ass play. That game was.
I think they were up 10 in that game, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
But yeah, double digit. But I'm saying 14 or more, 3 games. But yeah, they've blown a lot of leads. Period.
Yeah, just period. And they've been terrible at closing games, and it's been due to his play. Like he leads the league in interceptions. So now it does create a conundrum probably with Devontae Adams, because he's the only reason why Devontae Adams is a Raider is because of Derek Carr. That's one of his best friends. That's who he wanted to play with, and that's the city he wanted to go to. Now, will the Raiders entertain trading Devontae Adams and get some draft capital? Maybe, depending on the quarterback situation. But you do have some pretty good quarterbacks coming up that might be free agents, and you have a QB heavy draft. So will they trade up and get a young guy, or will they go after a vet? Because all signs are pointing towards Lamar Jackson hitting the free agent market. So maybe the Raiders could be in on him. I know they say New England's interested. It's gonna be, if you don't have a elite quarterback, you're gonna throw your hat in the Lamar Jackson sweepstakes. But back to the Raiders, they just gotta upgrade positions. We don't know how bad Chandler Jones' injury is. He probably won't play the rest of the year. They probably have to reevaluate him during the offseason, but he looks washed. The only bright spot on that defense is Mason Crosby, and that just goes back to when they had Khalil Mack, because the whole defense was terrible outside of him.
Yep.
So it's kind of like they're in the same situation. Now we're gonna see if Ziegler and Josh McDonald's, aka McDaniels, can get him out of the situation. But he's a dog shit head coach. The only reason why he's not getting fired because he was hired by his boy, and reports have came out that the Raiders are cash straps due to paying previous coaches and other stuff they got going on within the organization. So he'll at least get a second year.
I'll say this. Usually when you hire a new coach and a GM, usually strip it down and start how you want to build your team, right? They basically inherited a team, and then were basically, I think they would, personally, I don't know, I don't have any inside information, but I think they were pressured by Mark Davis to make this a championship team. We made the playoffs last year. Let's improve and move further last year. But last year was an anomaly. We've said this over and over again. And this is the problem when you don't look at things in context, you get this false hope. And that's kind of what they had. They had a lot of issues. The offensive line sucked. The defensive backfield, the DBs, the secondary was atrocious. And they didn't fix any of those things. So their answer was, okay, we can get Chandler Jones because Arizona doesn't want to pay him. There's a reason why Arizona didn't want to pay him, right? You said it. You alluded to it earlier. He looks washed. He's looked washed all year. Then you get Devontae Adams. It's like, okay, cool. We still don't have an offensive line, though. And they were able to run the ball all year. But the whole thing just didn't mesh well because they can't stop people. They're 32nd in DVOA in passing. and they're middle of the road in offense because they can't throw the ball and they can't protect Derek Carr. And we know when Derek Carr gets pressured, he gets scared. You know what I mean?
Happy feet, rushes the ball, refuses to run. It's just he been there 9 years, and like that one meme said, don't ever give up on Santa Claus because it's grown Raider fans said won't give up on Derek Carr.
Yeah.
Well, the team gave up on him first, and now he's got to look. Hopefully, he can find him a landing spot. There might be
Someone
some
will take
options out there for him.
someone
Because
will
even
take
if
a
they try to
flyer.
trade him, nobody is going to get him anything of value for Derek
Yeah.
Carr. So
So
I think this is also a scapegoat move, though, because looking at both of what you just said right there, for both of you guys, you've got a dog shit offensive line, which isn't protecting him, which they needed to update for him to be a top of the line quarterback, which they were hoping, and they have a dog shit coach.
but you could say that
So-
about 90% of quarterbacks. If everything goes right,
I
they're
don't
going to
think
be
you
good.
could say that about 90% of quarterbacks, especially when you're a quarterback and you need that protection.
Every quarterback needs protection, though. That's what makes the great ones
Yeah,
great.
but he doesn't have the mobility like a lot of these quarterbacks do have.
He's actually
That's not as
sneaky
big of an
athletic,
option
dude.
for him.
He is kind of sneaky athletic.
he just refuses to use his athleticism.
Yeah, but this is the thing, dude, and I go back to it. I think that McDaniels and Ziegler, I lightweight think they were praying for this to happen. That way they could strip it down and do what they want, build the team the way they want to build it. You know what I mean? And now he can go to Mark Davis. Look, Derek Carr's not working, dude. This is year fucking 8, right? And he hasn't accomplished shit. So let us build this team the way we want to build it, and we will be a winner. You know what I
Well,
mean?
then you're going to have to go out and get a young QB, because if they're strapped for cash, there's no way, because of their coaching situation, there's no way that they're going to get Lamar. No way.
Well, if they cut Carr,
That
Yeah,
saves
And
them.
that's going to be 24 million.
Yeah,
yeah,
and
they
if they
cut
trade
Carr, find a
Devontae
trading
Adams,
partner.
that's
Yeah,
like
they-
30 million.
that's the biggest thing. We
Yeah,
gotta-
but then is Lamar going to want to come to I almost said Oakland, to Las Vegas, if he doesn't have Devontae, if he doesn't have, I mean, there's talk about Jacobs wanting to leave as well.
Well, I'll be honest.
If
I
he
don't,
doesn't have
I
a-
don't think
a
Lamar
offensive
Jackson's
line-
coming to Las Vegas, dude.
No.
You know what
yeah,
I
I
mean?
don't
Like,
think he's going to Las Vegas either. I think
I don't
he-
think Jimmy G would want to go to Las Vegas.
nah, I think this is a total rebuild, dude. I think that they're gonna strip this thing down. I think they're gonna move Derek Carr for like whatever they can get, 4th, 5th round pick, just to get something of value. And then they can't even trade Devontae Adams till June 1st, or else they have to take a $30 million cap hit. So Devontae Adams probably won't get traded till after June 1st, and it does them no good this year, right? Because they're not going to be able to get draft capital from this year. So next year is going to be a complete fucking wash, dude. The Raiders are going to be fucking ass next year, but that's kind of what you want. That's kind of where you want to be, dude. You don't want to be in the middle. You want to be absolute dog shit or really fucking good, right? Because now, who's going to be the best quarterback in the draft in 2024?
Caleb Williams, and
Caleb
Drake May.
Williams. You have 2 quarterbacks in that draft class. That would be the top 2 quarterbacks in this draft class. So, in my opinion, it makes total sense to just tank next year, pull the Texans, get rid of everybody, and then build your team from there. Because you're only as good as your
Hope you're
quarterback.
within those top 2 picks.
I mean, dude, that team is dog shit with what they have, dude. I mean, imagine you take away.
I mean, but there's a lot of dog shit teams in this league right now.
Yeah, but you have to think, dude, like there's a lot of turnover in the NFL. Like we always see like 60% of the teams that make the playoffs, they don't make the playoffs the next year. So we have new teams. Like there's a lot of what's the word I'm looking for?
Turnover.
But there's a lot of like parity in the
Parity.
NFL, you know what I mean?
Year,
So
year in and year out.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot of parity. So, you know, the Texans next year, they have so many draft picks and you know, who knows what they're going to be next year. You know, we got to see. The Lions, they're improving, right? Look how they turned around in 1 year. So, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that you strip it down to the core, rebuild. I'm not saying that it's going to be easy to get Caleb Williams, because I guarantee a lot of teams that don't have a quarterback, this is that draft class is going to be the year you want to fucking just shit the bed, dude.
Yep.
So, but that's what I would do, because even if you don't get Caleb, you can still get Drake May, and that's a nice consolation prize, dude.
Yeah.
So I you know, we talked about it in the offseason, but all of us did. I was very intrigued and curious as to why the Raiders were doing that, because you never see a coach and GM come in and like take a team like that and just add to it. They usually always strip it down and rebuild.
Yeah, that's probably at Mark Davis's request or telling them that he doesn't want to rebuild. He wants a contender. So you go out and spend and get what you need to have a contender. And let's be honest, they did have a good offseason. Just nobody saw Derek Carr being as bad. And then they O line was already thin, and then one injury just completely
Wrecked it.
just threw it in the shambles. So, but that just goes to show that they're gonna have a long road ahead, especially if they moving on from Carr. I would say it's probably 50-50 they move on from Devontae. But like you said, it's not going to benefit them this draft. It's going to benefit them in 2024 because they can't trade them until June, and that's after the draft.
And Jordan, we saw that with your comment earlier about having GMs and new coaches come in. We saw that with two teams this year. We saw that with Vegas and we saw that with Chicago. And look where Chicago is, right at the bottom too.
Yeah, and in Chicago, I mean, they made they didn't hide it. They were like, "Yo, we're stripping this shit down." I mean, they traded all their good players. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then next year
they're gonna rebuild, and they got the quarterback. You know, that was the biggest thing for Chicago this year was let's evaluate Justin Fields and do we have that guy? And you know, I think they found out that if you run an offense similar to what the Eagles do for Jalen Hurts, Justin Fields could be that guy.
yeah, he's got to get him some weapons. Now the Raiders got to find them a QB. Now, good luck with that because
Jimmy G going to Vegas.
Nah, I don't think they'll get Jimmy G. I guarantee Stidham is their starting quarterback next year, unless he does too well these next two games. Then,
well, he's not going to do well these next two games because they've got Kansas City and they've got San Francisco.
Well, we'll say this: Jared Stidham looked really good in the preseason. You know, he
against second and third line.
Yeah, but I mean, like he's very familiar with Josh McDaniel's system because he was in New England with him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And
this is going to be nasty.
Obviously, Jared Stidham isn't going to be like he's not going to step in there and be an elite quarterback, but you know, it is what it is.
Well, shout out to Sammy. He said he was a top 5 QB, so we're about to see a top 5 QB.
Hey, he also said about Brock Purdy, and he nailed that shit.
Nah, he didn't nail it. Brock Purdy's pretty good, but he ain't no damn top 5 QB.
Nah, he's average with a lot of talent around him. All right, so let's talk about this game. So the Niners are laying 10 on the road in Las Vegas. It'll honestly probably be a Niners home game. I'm not gonna lie.
Niners, this is gonna be a Niners beat down. They're gonna beat the shit out the Raiders
by more than 10 points, though.
Yeah, because you gotta think they're turning to their backup QB, right? They're already pretty banged up. So I just don't see, unless the defense just comes out and plays completely over their head and forces some turnovers, because I don't see this offense doing much of anything against that defense, especially with a backup, let alone Derek Carr was going to struggle against them too.
The only injury report for Vegas that did not participate Wednesday was Derek Carr.
Barton, Chandler Jones is on the IR.
White and Yasin were limited.
Perryman's on the IR.
Bars and Hobbs were full participants. Sorry, these were just like injury designations, not IRs.
Well, they just put Chandler Jones and Perryman on the IR today.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, that's a huge loss. And, you know, obviously the Niners are only getting healthier by the week. You know, I'm not going to fade the Niners here. This is like a no play for me, to be honest.
Yeah, 10's a lot.
Yeah.
I think you might get, you know, if they go up big, you might get.
Well, I just think the Niners' defense is just way too fucking good, dude. Like, I don't know if the Raiders will be able to score much, if any at all. I'd probably take the under, but then again, you know, the Niners could get like 2 defensive touchdowns, and then, you know, that basically kills the fucking under. So, honestly, I don't know if I'm going to play this. If I were going to play it, it would probably be the Raiders just because 10 points is way too much. And this line was 6 until Derek Carr got ruled out. And Derek Carr is not worth 4 points, dude.
If you got it at 6, shout out to you. You definitely covered it.
Yeah. 6, you got a great number. In my opinion, Derek Carr is not worth 4 points though. So that line move is just that's an overreaction in my opinion by the market.
Well, it was probably a 3-point line move, and then everybody.
Not because it was 6 all week, dude. It was 6 all week until this morning. Then Derek Carr gets ruled out, and the fucking line changes to 10.
Did it change to 10 or did it change to?
No, I went straight to 10. Went straight to 10.
Okay.
So I think it's a little bit of an overreaction. I think the book set it at 10, hoping they would get some buyback. We'll see if that happens. Yeah, I mean, this is just a total no play for me, dude. Too much unknown.
I'd still lean Niners, though.
I'd lean the under, if anything. I'm just scared of the under because the Niners could, like I said, they could easily get like 2 defensive touchdowns, and that puts it in jeopardy because the Raiders' defense can't fucking stop a nosebleed.
Brock Purdy's throwing for 5.
And Brock Purdy's been kind of mid, but...
Yep. But it's
working.
The Raiders, and they're going to...
His mid is just don't turn the ball over because that defense is going to set him up for success.
Yep.
9 times out of 10.
That's right. All right, let's talk about the Thursday night game. Let's move on to the Thursday night game. We had to start with that game just because of the news. Let's talk about the Thursday night game. We have Dallas and Tennessee. Dallas comes into this game 11-4 straight up, 9-6 against the spread, 8-6 to the over. Tennessee 7-8 straight up, 8-6-1 against the spread, 5-10 to the over. Currently, Dallas is laying 12.5. The total is at 39.5. I think the best play in this game, to be honest, is over or under 2 minutes into the game before Al Michaels starts complaining.
Yep.
Because, dude, like I said, they're resting everybody. Simmons out. Petit Frere out. Hooker out. Dupree out. Cunningham out. Cole out. Derrick Henry out. Fulton
doubtful.
Out. Doubtful definitely means they're not going to play.
Yeah.
Tannehill is obviously out.
Yep.
I mean, dude, they're literally resting everybody, and they're throwing Malik Willis out to the fucking wolves, dude.
Yeah. See, but do you think because of that, is Dallas going to play down to their level?
Well, that's the thing, dude, because I think Dallas, if they jump out to a lead in the first half, we could see them rest everybody in the second half.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, like, if they're going to win the game, this game, all they need to do is win. They don't need to cover 12.5 points. They don't care about that. All they care about is winning this game.
Yeah.
So I agree with that, Ben. I think for sure they get up, maybe even in the first quarter, they get up 14-0. They might sit everybody.
Yeah.
Because we saw Malik Willis last week. Malik Willis couldn't even fucking throw the ball against the Texans.
Yeah.
He was trash.
And with Micah Parsons and Tony Pollard being questionable and nursing these injuries, why even play them?
Yeah, because, I mean, Dallas could probably beat Tennessee's fucking practice squad with backups.
Yeah. Dallas has secured the playoff spot, but, I mean, they're looking at...
Dude,
they're going to be
Willis,
number 5, no question.
Malik Willis has started 3 games this year, and he hasn't even thrown for 275 yards, dog, combined in 3 starts.
Yeah, and there's no way they'd lose that 5th seed now. So why play people who are even questionable?
Yeah. So that's what makes this game tough, which is why I lean Tennessee, dude, because I do 12.5 is a lot.
That's a lot of points.
And I definitely think that Dallas could get up and just sit. You know what I mean? Like Micah Parsons out. You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason to risk these guys. What do you think, Irv?
I'll probably say the under or take Tennessee plus 12 because, like you said, if Dallas gets a lead, they're going to pull everybody. And then it's going to be backups versus backups like a preseason game.
Yeah. Dude, Al Michaels is going to be so fucking pissed, dog.
Spread, though.
Well, that's usually when you see a low total and a high spread like that, you usually always want to play the dog because that means, you know, if it's 12.5 points, That means you think Dallas is gonna win like 24-0?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 24-13. It don't make a ton of sense. I just can't wait for Al Michaels, bro. He's gonna be so fucking pissed, dude. He's gonna be like,
Yeah, he's gonna be mad.
he's gonna be like, oh, we got another great Thursday night game here tonight.
Yeah.
Another barn burner. Dude, he gets
give
so
me the
mad every
under
Thursday.
or lean Tennessee plus the 12.5 because that's a lot of points.
Yep. Yeah.
Especially with the way Dallas defense been playing lately.
Yeah, and honestly, this might be good for Dallas too because they've been kind of banged up a little bit, and they can kind of rest guys now, and then they get an extra rest period too because they have a longer week going into next week. I think it could be.
I guess Washington's a little bit more difficult.
I think it could be beneficial to them a little bit. All right, let's move into a division matchup with some playoff implications. We got Miami heading into New England. Miami's 8-7 straight up, 7-8 against the spread, 7-8 to the over, and the New England Patriots 7-8 straight up, 7-7-1 against the spread, 6-9 to the over. Miami comes into this game, they're catching 3 points. The total's at 41.5. No Tua.
Yep.
Has he been ruled out officially?
He's officially been ruled out. Yep.
All right, so he's officially out, which is why this line is at
Teddy
3.
checked down.
What do you guys think about this game here? What are we thinking?
As long as Teddy check down don't turn the ball over, I would give.
Why? But the Dolphins' defense sucks, dude.
I know, but if they didn't have those 3 turnovers against the Packers, I'm pretty sure they win that game.
Yeah, but Teddy Bridgewater kind of takes away the strength of their team, and that's pushing the ball downfield.
But he pushed the ball downfield pretty good against the Vikings. That is the Vikings.
Yeah, when you talk about a 4-point swing, though, because of a QB, is Tua worth that much?
No, it wasn't 4 points. This line was 2 until 2, and then they went up to 3 once Tua got ruled out. So the market's only saying he's worth 1 point, which is pretty accurate.
It opened -2.5.
When did it open? In the summer? Was that the look ahead? Because it opened on Monday at 2. It was like 1.5, 2 points.
Hold on, I'm looking at the line history right now.
Because I got New England on Monday at -2.
No, 12-26. It was even.
So 3 points.
And with the way New England plays, I think the Dolphins.
Okay, 12-21 +2 for the home.
So that was a week. That was a week. That was a
-2.5. So it's a 4.5 point spread difference there.
Yeah, but the look ahead changed because people watched Miami on Sunday.
Christmas Day, it was +2 still.
Well, that's still a look ahead.
Then it moved to -1.5.
Because the number doesn't. The number opens. Some books will do a look ahead line the week before, then it'll close during the weekend, and then reopen after the games on Sunday.
Yeah, the look at the headline was +2, and then after the games, it was +1.5.
Yeah, which is absolutely fair because the Patriots were coming off that bad loss against the Raiders, and Miami
jumped to -2.5, -3.
Yeah, which is about. I think that's right because
the 4.5 point difference there.
But that's not because of Tua. That's not because of just
What's
Tua.
that because of? That's coming from the 26th. That's after the football games.
Well, no, because the 26th when it reopened on Monday, it opened at like -1.5, -2 at most shops.
No.
Where are you looking at this?
The 26th on. Oh, I can't share my screen. I'm looking at the line change. I'm putting it in our chat right now.
Because
the line history. The flip was from 12:26 at 11:03 to 12:27 at 8 o'clock.
All right, I got 12:26 at 9 a.m. At 9 a.m. Miami -1.5. And then it got bought up to
at 9 a.m. on 12:26. I'm seeing it +1.
this line movement isn't all because of Tua, dude. This is because the Dolphins are coming off of 4 straight losses, and they looked atrocious against the Packers in the sense that Tua kept turning it over. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that and their defense couldn't stop a nosebleed, especially running the ball, and that's what the Patriots want to do. The Patriots want to run the football. You know what I mean? So and the Patriots are at home. I think that, in my opinion,
fully on to it being out.
No, not that big of a line move, because there's no way the market looks at Tua like that, or else they're stupid.
Maybe you don't look at Tua like that, but the market.
Because I took Pats -2. I would take Pats -3. I just think they're a better team at this point. Plus, they're at home, and I'm only got to lay a field goal.
And they are playing better football right now.
Yeah, I mean, they almost came back and beat the Bengals, dude. It took a fucking miracle fumble. It also took a miracle catch for them to get into the game. But you know, the Bengals are probably the best team in the AFC right now, if we're being honest, playing the best football. And the Dolphins are, I mean, there's not a good football team right now. They're going completely backwards. Their defense has struggled the last few weeks.
I mean, they've played difficult teams these last few weeks too, though.
Yeah, but I mean, like, they also couldn't run the ball against the worst rush defense in the league in the Chargers. Against the pass, they're 25th, 9th against the rush. Dude, I just think Miami's defense is just, New England's defense is top 3 DVOA. They have a good defense, no matter what people want to say about their offense. Like, they still have a top of the line defense. And on top of that, do we have injuries to the Dolphins' offensive line?
Let me check.
Armstead's questionable. Fisher questionable. Because Armstead got hurt last week. He went out.
Yeah, they're both questionable. And I don't think Jalen Phillips or Bradley Chubb is playing either.
Yeah, Bradley Chubb got hurt last week. Ankle injury.
I don't see him on the injury report.
And now you got...
Oh, wait, sorry, he's questionable. Sorry.
And now you got Mills.
Firsthand.
And now you got Mills and Jones coming back for the Patriots in their secondary. I don't know, man. I like the Pats in this game -3. I think the Pats win this one.
I'm going Miami here. Miami has been losing games. I will not doubt you that, but they've played some really tough teams. So,
but dude, they're like 1-3 against the spread in those 4 games. So it's not like they're like even beating market expectation. Like, they're just not playing good football.
Yeah. Against the Niners, the Bills.
Pats are at home, right?
Yep.
Yeah, give me the Pats.
Well,
yep.
I'll drink some Henny if I'm wrong. How about that?
Or I'll find the right IP. Y'all send me a picture of IPA and I'll buy that one.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think that one's one of the. Like I said, that's one of the games I played early this week. I picked up New England -2. I thought that was tremendous value, and I'll take it at 3. I'll take it again at 3. All right, let's move into our next game. We got the Jets heading into Seattle. The Jets are a fucking dumpster fire. So is Seattle, if we're being honest.
But Mike Wilson's back, so the Jets might look better.
This is true. Or
what's his name? Mike Wilson. What's his name?
Mike White.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're mixing up Zach Wilson and Mike White,
Okay.
putting them both together. That's a hell of a
fusion,
QB.
like on Dragon Ball Z.
That's it. That's a hell of a MILF hunter and a quarterback right there.
There we go.
The Jets are 7-8 straight up, 8-7 against the spread, 5-10 to the over. Seattle 7-8 straight up, 6-9 against the spread, 8-7 to the over. The Jets are laying 1.5 on the road in Seattle.
I fucking love ESPN analytics here. The
Why?
matchup predictor: Seattle 60.7% gets the win. Jets 38.8. Yet their spread is at -1.5 to the Jets.
Yeah.
How does 60-40 equal -1.5?
Well, no, that's what the spread is at. They're just saying that whatever algorithm they use, whatever numbers they use, is saying that the Seattle Seahawks should have a 60% chance of winning the game.
Yeah.
So their line would basically say that Seattle should probably be the favorite at 1.5, 2 points. What do you guys think about this game here? Because, you know, the Jets, they haven't been playing very good. I know Mike White's coming back, but last time Mike White played, he wasn't that great. You know what I mean? I definitely think he's an upgrade over Zach Wilson, but, you know, to be laying 1.5 on the road, on the West Coast.
That last win was against Chicago, and that's not a difficult team to beat. So,
what do you think?
Whatever quarterback doesn't turn the ball over, especially in the red zone or on the in plus territory, I think that's going to bode well. And if the Jets are healthy on defense, I think they can corral the Seahawks to win the game, because without Kenneth Walker, this offense is not the same.
Is Quinnen Williams out?
I have to check.
Lockett is questionable.
Because the Jets' offensive line is hella banged up too.
Williams. I don't see him on the injury report.
So that's huge for them. Kenneth Walker's questionable, so he might be coming back. But to be determined.
Yeah, no Kenneth Walker. If he's out, then I would lean Jets for sure.
Yeah.
Because if the Seahawks can't run the ball, that play action is not working. Geno has to turn into a drop back passer, and that opens up for a lot of mistakes.
But at the same time, like, it's not like the Jets have been great at running the football, and that's Seattle's biggest weakness.
The Jets is they got a damn good defense. Seattle don't have that.
The Jets have their top 6 DVOA, 8th against a rush, 6th against a pass. Seattle 25th against the rush, 21st against the pass. I just think Seattle at home, East Coast team traveling to the West Coast. That's a tough trip. What's the weather like? Not that it matters to the Jets.
42 degrees.
Oh, that's summertime weather for the Jets. They're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
It'll probably rain too, huh?
No, sunny with light clouds. That's what I'm seeing. Kind of lean the points here.
Totals at 41.5. The Jets don't give up a lot of points at all.
I'd probably go under.
Jets give up how many points a game?
18.8.
Yeah, fuck. I don't know. Seattle's like falling down to earth so fast, dude. Like, they were playing some great football. I mean, they could barely even move the ball against the Chiefs. Yeah, I might lean the Jets here, honestly.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean Jets.
I can't believe I'm saying that on the road, dude.
They got to end their losing streak at some point.
Lean minus 1.5, and I lean the under. What was it, 41.5?
I think the under is the best bet in this game.
41.5, right?
I'm saying 42. Let me check this one.
Under 42.
42 and a half.
Yeah, that might be.
I'll take that extra point. Give me it.
Yep. All right, let's talk about our game of the week. Minnesota at Green Bay. Green Bay currently laying 3 points. Minnesota is 12-3, 6-8, 6-8-1 against the spread, 10-5 to the over. And then Green Bay 7-8 straight up, 7-8 against the spread, 7-8 to the over. Green Bay currently laying 3 points at home. The total's at 48. What do you guys think about this one?
This is technically game of the week. I guess that's not necessarily prime time.
Nah, but it is the game of the week. Pitt versus Baltimore is Sunday night.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be wasn't Niners Vegas supposed to be Sunday night game?
I don't think they flexed it.
What do you guys think about this game?
Mm. You can go first, Ben.
I mean, I think Aaron Rodgers is definitely questionable for this one right now, but I think he plays because Green Bay has a chance at getting into a wild card position here. But I don't know how much of how much are we going to see Minnesota sitting their players here. They do have a couple injuries that are listed that cause some questions there. So I really don't like this hook at 3.5. I wish it was just sitting at 3.
No, it's at 3 right now.
Is it at 3? Oh, I'm seeing 3.5. If it is at 3, I'm going to go with the Green Bay here, just because of the implications here and how much is Minnesota just going to play. 37 and cloudy, it's normal for both of these teams. You got home field advantage going towards Green Bay. Major issues, against the pass, which is something that Green Bay is going to push. Can Rodgers actually pass the ball? It's going to be a big question mark there. But I mean, we've talked about it all season. Vikings should not be 12-3 right now.
Nope, they shouldn't. They're a very average football team. The fact that they're 12-3 is like
their point differential at 12-3
+5.
+5
should be 0.44 points per game they're winning by.
No, -5.
No, they're +5.
But still,
damn.
Yeah, they're a dog shit team, dude. I shouldn't say dog shit. I mean, they managed to win games, so you got to give them credit for that. But they get outgained in yards per play. They're on the same level in yards per play point differential as the Denver Broncos. You know what I mean? They're 18th DVOA on defense. They're 23rd DVOA on offense. They're middle of the pack in everything.
Yep.
So basically, what this line is telling you is that these are two even teams going head to head. So give me the home team. Give me Green Bay. Vikings have not been good against the spread lately. I don't see it changing here unless a miracle happens. But I mean, the way things have been going with them, who knows, dude? It could definitely happen. And the Packers, Irvin and I talked about a little bit on Monday. Like, I don't know if the Packers necessarily won the game against the Dolphins as much as the Dolphins kind of lost that game because they were up by 13. They could have been up a lot more too at the end of the first half, but Raheem Mostert fumbles. Green Bay's like basically in field goal range. They get a field goal, make it a 10-point game. They get the ball to start the second half. And then Green Bay, they beat the Rams before that, the Bears before that. So it's not like they're beating necessarily good teams. But again, the Vikings are not necessarily a good team, in my opinion. So give me the Packers here. What do you think, Irv?
Yeah, I like the Packers. I've watched the Vikings 2 weeks in a row, and like you said, I'm not impressed at all. Daniel Jones looked like a Pro Bowl caliber, damn near Super Bowl contending quarterback against him, and it has nothing to do with the offense. Kirk makes plays, the offense can get you points when they need it, but this defense can't stop anybody. And when the closer we get to the playoffs, the pass rushes are going to get better and better, and the Giants pass rush had the Vikings under siege that whole game, and they're only going to face more better pass rushers come playoff time. So,
yep, and honestly, Green Bay's pass rush has been pretty good. They were good against Miami, so they've been getting better as the year goes on.
Yeah, so Green Bay at home with the home field advantage. The Vikings, I'm pretty sure they got I don't know what their road record is, but I'm pretty sure it's not bad because they are 12-3.
1-2 away.
Yeah, but they've been looking real shaky at home, and I still don't know how they won that game against the Colts. Thank Jeff Saturday for that.
Or they should have lost the Giants game too.
Yeah, I know that's what I'm saying. So they had a walk-off 61-yard field goal. So yeah, I like the Packers at home. They're playing good football right now. Aaron Rodgers is starting to trust his guys. So that's always a good thing. So if he plays, definitely give me the Vikings.
You know,
I
what's,
mean, give me the Packers minus the 3.
you know what's crazy? If the Packers manage to get into the playoffs, which is definitely alive right now, right?
Oh, absolutely.
They face the Vikings. They're gonna face the Vikings in the first round. And if you're the Vikings, that's like the one team. Like, I'd rather face the Giants than the Packers. You know,
Division
what I mean?
winners, or sorry, the conference winners, the only team without a bye the first week.
The second seed, only the first seed gets a bye.
Okay, gotcha.
That's it. And that's definitely the Eagles at this point. Be a fucking
Yeah.
miracle for them not to get there. So we're all on the Vikings. So I mean, we're all on the fucking Packers. What the fuck could go wrong?
Yep.
All right, let's move on
We've
to.
been undefeated the last 3 times we did that. So
That is true. We have been a lot better lately since we've been on the same side. So that is a good thing. Lately, we actually all haven't been on the same side, which is crazy on anything. All right, let's talk about our last game. We got the Sunday night game division matchup. This one also kind of has some playoff implications too because Pittsburgh is not out of it yet. They're kind of still fighting for.
Surprising.
They're kind of still in there fight mathematically alive for a playoff position. Pittsburgh 7-8 straight up, 8-6-1 against the spread, 6-9 to the over, and then Baltimore 10-5 straight up, 6-8-1 against the spread, 4-11 to the over. Currently, Baltimore laying 2.5, which tells me I don't know if Lamar Jackson's going to play this game.
I don't think he's playing.
Oh, it says out.
I still see him still listed as questionable.
This line
I
tells
think
me
that-
he's not going to play.
Yeah.
They're in playoff position already, right?
Yeah, Baltimore is. Yeah, they're leading their division. Oh, hold on, the Bengals. Do we have a standing up? Does someone have a standing?
Yeah.
Up?
Let's see. Cincinnati 11-4, Baltimore 10-5.
Yeah, so since he's in the lead,
Both have clinched a playoff spot.
so and neither one of them are going to. I mean, at least Baltimore, for them to get the 1 seed is a super long shot, considering that the Bills only have 3 losses, right?
Bills are 12-3. Yeah.
And the Chiefs are 12-3.
Yeah, I mean, Pittsburgh can catch that 7th seed against Miami. They'd have to win. I mean, they'd have to win both of their games, and
Miami could very well lose both their next 2
Miami,
games.
yeah, and then Patriots would have to lose, Jets would have to lose both, Titans would have to lose both.
So it's a long shot.
It's a long shot, yeah,
But they're mathematically still alive.
yeah.
And they've been playing good, dude. In their last 5 games, they're 4-1 straight up, 4-1 against the spread in their last 5. In their last 7, they're 5-2. So I mean, it's not like they're playing bad football. And Kenny Pickett has actually looked decent, dude.
Yeah, I think you take this year as a win. You know, anywhere, 7-9. I guess it would be 7-10. 8-9.
Mike Tomlin refuses to have a losing season, dude.
He's gonna get one this year, my guess. But no, I think it's still. I think you take it as a win, though. Having a new QB, having the injuries that they have.
Yeah, I like Pittsburgh here, plus the 2.5, especially if Lamar's not playing, because Tyler Huntley has not looked very good.
No, not at all.
Tyler
That's a tough one to call. What's the over under?
35.
Damn.
Low.
Move. Give me the over. Yeah, give me it's in Pittsburgh, right?
It's in Baltimore.
That's a 36. That's low.
Yeah, that's
54
hella low.
degrees and cloudy.
So that's
Yeah,
not
give me
even
the
bad
over.
weather though.
Yeah, give me the over because that's not bad weather.
Tyler Huntley in his 3 games starting, he's only eclipsed over 115 yards once.
Yeah, but he's a running threat too, though. So
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you can't throw, it makes it a little bit easier.
but Pickett can throw.
Yeah, and in Baltimore, in those 3 starts, they're only averaging. I mean, they scored 16 points against Pittsburgh that first one, and that was the game Pickett got hurt. They scored 3 points against Cleveland, and then they scored 17 against Atlanta, dude. A bad Atlanta defense at home too.
Yeah, I think Pickett throwing the ball, get an early touchdown.
Yeah,
I would
Pittsburgh
lean
here.
Steelers, but that 36, that's kind of low, man.
Yeah, I'm with you, dude. That is kind of low. Although, Baltimore hasn't been able to score that much since Huntley's been in.
Neither has Pittsburgh. Like, I'm kind of questioning this under, man. Could be a
But Pittsburgh in their
game.
last that game against the Raiders, I mean, it was a fucking ice storm. So I mean, that was going under regardless, dude.
Yeah, and they moved the ball pretty good. So
yeah,
I think Pickett is going to keep progressing. And I don't know why, but they need to start taking more shots downfield with Johnson and Pickens, because they can easily get to
the last time they played, though, only 30 points.
But isn't that a game Pickett got hurt?
When did he get hurt?
Like early in that game.
Yeah, I think it was early, like first quarter, because they bought in Trubisky. Didn't he throw like 3 interceptions?
3 interceptions, dude.
Yeah, so
he was ass.
Pack him up. Maybe he'll sign with the Raiders next year.
Actually, Pickett didn't even. Yeah, he did play in that game. He only threw 1 pass in that game. And then Trubisky was 22 of 30 for 276 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions.
Wow.
Trash.
Yep.
Trash. Baltimore on defense, they are. Let's see where they at. We got they're 8th total, 12th against the pass, 4th against the rush. So I mean, they've been improving. Pittsburgh, obviously, they're gonna play good D. They've been a lot better since TJ Watt came back, and they keep improving every week.
Yep.
So I like Pittsburgh there. I'm with you on that over too, Irv. I think that's really fucking low. The over 35.5.
Mm-hmm.
With you there. With you on that one.
This week's gonna suck.
You just got to be careful, dude. You got to make sure you know that you got the right
I just
information.
don't think they're gonna be that great quality games. I'm not too worried about betting.
Can't be any worse than the weather we had last week, dude.
That's true.
Around the country.
That is true.
I made for some awful football.
Let's go, y'all.
All right, let's get some best bets.
I think I was the only one yawning today, and not Irv. But I'll go first. I'm gonna go with the game that we just talked about, Steelers versus the Ravens. You guys made a great point about Pickett getting hurt, 1 pass into the drive, and Trubisky coming in and throwing 3 interceptions there. I don't think we're going to see that. So if Lamar is not playing, I'm going to go with Steelers plus 2.5 here. I think that's a good number. I would kind of wait on that and see if Lamar does come back in. I might not make that bet. And you'll also get more points if he does. If he is listed there. And then the other one I'm going to go is the Jets Seahawks. I think we're going to go with the under 42.5 here. Neither of these teams put up a lot of points, and I don't see that happening. Good Jets defense, and Seattle, meh defense, but I don't think Mike White's going to do too much here. He'll get the win, but I don't think he'll get too much.
Irv?
Give me the Packers minus 3.5, and I'll go out on a limb and say give me I got the Niners at 6.5, so my best bet.
Nice.
But I'm gonna
still go 10.
I'm gonna go Packers minus 3.5, and I'm gonna lean. Give me the Steelers plus 2.5.
Pitt plus 2.5. All right, I'm going Pats minus 3. I just hate what I've seen from the Dolphins in the last 4 weeks. I thought they overachieved during that 5-game win streak. They played a lot of bad teams. I think the market kind of overreacted, and now we're kind of seeing them fall back to earth and more realistic expectations from the market. So I like the Patriots minus 3 here. And then I'm gonna take Green Bay -3. So I'm taking two home favorites, which isn't usually like me. I like the Packers -3. Vikings have just overachieved, and the regression to the mean is coming, and let's hope it is this week. Love it. All right, thank you everybody for joining us. Make sure to go to Devour.com or download the Devour app straight to your mobile device. Use promo code TAPROOM for $10 off your first purchase of $25 or more. That's craft beer delivered straight to your front door. You don't even have to leave your seat. For Swerving Irvin Washington, I'm Jordan Stacks on Stacks on Stacks Last. That's Mr. Big Ball and Ben Larson. We'll be back tomorrow. College football playoff preview. A lot of good games coming this weekend. Hope y'all stay locked in. We'll see y'all tomorrow night. If not, we'll be back Sunday. We'll be back Sunday. New Year's Day, the 1st. Be safe. Do not drink and drive. Call a tow truck if you have to, because they'll tow your car for free on New Year's. All right.
There you go.
Y'all be safe. We appreciate y'all. Peace.